All right, guys, just wanted to show you guys today the PELONIS radiator heater. So this is the premium version with the LED display that you can see right there. So a very nice radiator heater. This may be something you want to pick up if you're not wanting a heater that blows a fan, because it is super quiet. Obviously, there's just the oil that's in there that heats it up, and the heat radiates outwards like that. It might be good also if you're needing to move it around places from room to room, because it does have this nice little carrying kind of nook there, so you're not having to touch the hot spots there. And of course, the wheels at the bottom there. So as you can see, it rolls pretty nicely. You don't have to really worry about mobility here. Speaking of the wheels, you do have to install these at first, but it's super easy. You just attach it to the bottom using the butterfly wings, and you don't even have to screw it in with any sort of tool. You can just do it by hand. And then once you flip it over, you'll see it rolls very nicely. It even does have tip over protection. So if you were to actually tip this over, which it's really, hard to do, as you can see, but if it does, this will turn itself off. So that's one safety feature. It also has overheating protection. So if it overheats to about 120 degrees, it'll turn itself off. And lastly, you'll see here, there's actually a child lock option that you can do, where if you press these two buttons here, it's going to lock it, and then that way you can't have your child messing around with it. Let's just take a look at the options that you have. So there's basically this one main button here, then that's going to help you to switch the modes. So there's H1, H2, and H3. So that's basically just different modes of power from low, medium, high. But there is an eco mode that will allow you to set the temperature to your liking. So it goes all the way up to 95 degrees down to 41. You just set it and forget it. If it reaches that temperature, obviously it'll just turn itself off without continuously running. There's also a sleep mode, and so you can set it to a lower temperature for at night, so it's not using up as much power when you don't really need it to be running as hot. All right, you can also set the temperature by pressing the timer clock button here. You can set it all the way to 24 hours, down to 1, and everything in between. Over here, you'll see these two fins that can come out, and that's going to allow you to wrap the cord around like so for when you put it in storage. As I mentioned, there's also this remote, which can do everything that we looked at here. You can turn it on and off using that button, of course. There's that M for the mode, switch modes, pressing that. The two arrows on the sides for changing temperatures and hour setting for the timing. And what's really cool is it also has this mute and unmute button. So if you don't want to hear the beeping when you're changing temperatures and whatnot, you can actually mute that sound. And then of course the child lock button right there in the middle to turn that on and off. All right, so definitely check this thing out today if you're looking for a radiator heater that is, can move around easily, has protection, safety protection in place, and works really well. It's really hot, and the only installation that you have to do is to add on the wheels, which is super easy. So definitely check this thing out today.